Hello everyone, nice to meet you again with the Disney 3D Art channel. In today's video it will be the character LeFou from the movie Beauty and the Beast. LeFou, which translates to the Fool in French, is the secondary antagonist of Disney's 1991 animated feature film Beauty and the Beast. He is Gaston's snide, accident-prone sidekick. In one of the earlier drafts for the film, LeFou, or rather, LeFou, was depicted in two ways. One was similar in overall appearance to his final design, and was depicted as a slovenly, dim-witted braggart and a drunkard, and is implied to immensely respect Gaston because the latter always picks up the tab. He was also compared to the character Wimpy from Popeye in this version regarding his love of booze, similar to how Wimpy loves hamburgers. Another is as a more nerdish character and acted as Gaston's accountant. It is also mentioned in this draft that he was initially very well educated, bright, and enterprising. But Gaston's bullying alongside his failed attempts at keeping Gaston's reckless, extravagant, and lavish spending in check left him really neurotic and high-strung. Yet another version, spelled wee, also depicted him as South Asian, presumably Indian, and explicitly non-European. Another concept art depicted him as two carriers of Gaston's box chariot. Although they were given the appearance of being Oriental. Although LeFou is far from stupid, he is still portrayed as something of a bumbler. He looks up to Gaston as his hero and takes all the abuse Gaston inflicts on him. Despite this, he seems to share something of a love-hate relationship with Gaston, as the two have been shown to get along with no problem, and Gaston mostly hurts LeFou when the latter either makes a smart remark at Gaston's expense or does something stupid. He has been dropped, hit in the head with the barrel of a gun and with Gaston's fist, had his head wedged in a number of objects, including a tuba, grabbed by the throat twice, squashed underneath a chair or bench, thrown into a muddy pond and a pile of snow, and has still shown loyalty to Gaston. He is also bad at catching things, which was demonstrated twice. First when attempting to catch a fowl that Gaston shot earlier as it was falling with a bag, only for it to land next to him. And next when trying to eat a handful of eggs while Gaston sang about how feasting on eggs made him large and presumably maintain that physique, only for them to splatter all over him. In addition, he also was surprisingly durable, especially for his physique, as evidenced by some of the abuse he sustained. Some including things that would have been ordinarily lethal, such as being squashed under an occupied chair or bench or being exposed to the snow for what was presumed to be a prolonged period of time. In the film, otherwise, LeFou is much smarter than he looks. He successfully manages to trick Maurice into describing the beast in front of the congregated mob in order to convince them Maurice is insane and acts as the de facto leader of the lynch mob while Gaston is hiding in the shadows. Earlier on, LeFou is the first to notice Belle walking past him and Gaston. He tries to warn Gaston, though it takes the hunter a while to tear away from his own reflection. In addition, he was at least smart enough to guess correctly what Gaston had been planning when he whispered it in his ear in a short period of time. And his reaction when discovering Gaston wanted to marry Belle implied that he realized that she would most likely not want to marry him and tried to warn Gaston against it. In the Marvel comics, LeFou also came up with the plan for a wife auction to ensure all the maidens in the village came to Gaston for proposal in an attempt to lure Belle out, a plan which Gaston later took credit for, although it failed due to one of the bimbettes disguising herself as Belle. Furthermore, he was also shown to be smart enough to realize that bears hibernate during the winter and remind Gaston of this when he planned to kill the bear for Belle. However, Gaston just ignored this and got beat up by the bear. LeFou seemed to at least temporarily have an infatuation for Claudette, Laurette, and Paulette. as he was seen gasping with ecstasy at them while they were singing praises for Gaston before they obliviously squirted water at him with a pump. Similarly, in the Marvel comics, after the Bimbets accidentally caused an avalanche while attempting to desperately stop Gaston from trying to climb the mountain and land on LeFou, the latter briefly proclaimed that it was snowing girls and was clearly infatuated by their seductive measures in their honeypot trap later on. First is to draw the body, then wear an outfit and wear the shoes for LeFou. Next is to draw 2 arms for LeFou, then draw the head and decorate the face. Finally, draw the hairstyle for LeFou. So the character LeFou from the movie Beauty and the Beast has been completed. Now, if you like this video tutorial, please like and subscribe button to receive the new notify. At the same time, download the app and go to the website DisneyStore to shopping online, as well as Disney Plus to watch some movies and TV shows for free, used by many peoples of the world. Thank you everyone and see you soon.